I spent over 135,000 yen on this epic mail day of Japanese Pokemon cards. Let's take a look and see what I got. So these mail day videos have become a little bit more difficult because before I would just spend one day buying a bunch of stuff that I had scouted out during the week, where now I'm kind of just buying things constantly, so I'm always getting like a package in from Japan. For this one, there's some really cool stuff, some stuff that I haven't showed before, and some lower cost kind of bulky type singles that I've been picking up recently, as well as some cards and card savers that I'll be sending in for grading. So let's take a look at the cards. So first are going to be some of the cards that I'm picking up just kind of in bulk while they're cheap. So we have this Radiant Charizard. We've got a bunch of them. I think we have about 8 or 10 of these. I just really like this card. I think it's a great artwork from Saito, and it's a shiny Charizard. Shiny Radiant Charizard. In Japanese, the card looks great, and I think you can get these like $3 or $4 a piece, which I think is just kind of crazy. So that's why I'm picking them up right now. I try to look for lots. I try not to buy them individually because I don't want to get hit with obviously like a fee on each transaction. So I try to buy lots of them when I do see them pop up. We have the Leon Charizard. I've picked up quite a few of these. Kind of the same scenario. I think they're like $3, $4 a piece. I have found some pretty big lots recently. This one was a lot of 16 of them, and I think either 15 or 16 of them are gradable as well, and possible 10. So I'm pretty excited about that. Many people are making this play. There's going to be many PSA 10s of this. It's not like the margin at the end of the day is very high, but I think it'll be a sought after card. Hopefully in the future. It is a Charizard. It does have Leon, very popular trainer. So hopefully I'm right about that one. We've got Gengar, super popular Pokemon. Gengar is, I mean, this artwork is just great. It's the Gengar CHR from Dark Phantasma. I think I bought 10 of these. It's just a great card. Try to buy in lots, as well as the Snorlax. Again, Dark Phantasma. Dark Phantasma had some really good character rares. The Pikachu, the Gengar, the Snorlax, the Arcanine, some really good stuff. So I've been picking up some Snorlaxes as well. They're like $2, $3 a piece again. It's kind of very similar as the Gengar. And then obviously the evolutions. The evolutions with Gary, I mean, these cards are just gorgeous. So I just pick up these when I see them for, $2, $3 a piece or whatever. Sometimes I do have to pick some out that have some whitening when they show up, but most of the time condition ends up being very nice. Eventually, I will send these in to get graded. That Eevee and Bill is very cute. So yeah, those are kind of the bulky type cards. I try to just grab cards of Pokemon that are really popular. I operate under this mentality that Pokemon that are popular today are going to stay popular later on. I just think that that's the case. I think that a lot of the Pokemon that are going to continue to be popular are from the first 3, possibly 4 generations. I think a lot of the newer generations are going to kind of fizzle out. There will be a few Pokemon here and there that become popular and stay popular, like Mimikyu, for instance, or like Greninja. But I think on the whole, a lot of the Pokemon cards and Pokemon that will be popular in the future are already popular now. So I'm trying to grab a lot of those cards of those super popular Pokemon. And what I try and do is I try and look at, okay, so where do I think these cards are too expensive? Where does kind of the artwork meet the price in a place that I feel like seems reasonable? And so that's where I tend to buy things. So right now, these character rares, they seem very reasonable to me based on just how good they look. I don't see why this card going forward would not stay a $30, $40 card in a PSA 10. There's loads of evolution lovers out there and collectors out there, and I just think that those cards are gorgeous. Let's move on to the gradable stack. Starting with Manectric. So we have a Team Magma Manectric, and then we have 3 of these. I did not expect to buy 3 of these, but these all showed up in really good condition. I think I got 2 of them in a lot possibly, and then 1 of them a single. Then we have the Blastoise. I just sold one of these recently in a PSA 10 for I think $150, somewhere around there. So I decided to pick up another one. Hopefully that one does well. We have an Arcanine here. I really like this Arcanine. Again, Fukuda, very nice artwork. That one sells pretty well. And then, of course, evolutions. Talk about them some more. We've got Leafeon, we've got a couple Glaceon, and then we have Eevee. All of these Pokemon are extremely popular, and I try to get them for a decent price, or I try to get them using the price history that I have from selling them before. So this Rayquaza, for instance, I paid up for this Rayquaza. I paid probably $40 maybe for this Rayquaza because I sold a PSA 10 of this Rayquaza for over $200. And it looked really clean. It showed up, and it's super clean. So I hope that it gets a 10. If it gets a 9, I might break even. But I decided to kind of pay up for this card in this condition because I had that price memory of, okay, I've sold one of these before. I sold it for this much. Rayquaza is super popular. So I'm willing to pay up a little bit for this card in this condition. Same with this Rayquaza here. Spent a little bit more than maybe I would have in the past, but I have a decent track record in selling this Rayquaza for pretty decent money. So it's important to use your past experiences to inform your future purchases. Now, obviously, prices can go down over time, especially in the Japanese stuff, because a lot of people are picking up Japanese. A lot of this stuff is in really good condition, so the prices will probably gradually continue to kind of come down as more people grade. But for right now, those past experiences can really help us figure out where to buy cards at. So we have Latias, we've got Dialga, we've got Arceus, and we've got a Luxray DP5 from Temple of Anger, I think. Very cool looking card. Next up, one of my favorite starters, we've got Swampert, absolute badass, absolutely just powerhouse too. We've got Riolu, we've got Lucario, just sold one of these, I think for around 100, 110 bucks, 100 bucks, somewhere around there. So hopefully that does well. We've got another Lucario. I've actually had specific requests from people from my booth for cool Lucario cards. So I've been picking up some Lucario to try and satisfy that from the couple customers that have asked. We've got Arcanine from Heart Gold Soul Silver. I love these, obviously, hollows. You've seen them many times. I pick them up when I can. My buy price has gone up a little bit on these. I think I picked these up around like $25 now, where before I tried to stay under the 20 mark. But I'll pay a little bit more for condition on these because they sell really well every time they get a 10. Even in 9s, they sell pretty decently. This time we have this Blastoise. I've never bought this card before. This is from a deck, I think. But this one looked pretty clean when I got it. And it's from Heart Gold Soul Silver. You can see by the borders here. And it's just a really cool card. So I decided to pick that one up and see how that one does. Now, we've got some more black and white. I haven't really dived much into black and white unless it's a super popular Pokemon like Rayquaza or Umbreon or something like that. But I decided to go after the starters this time to see how they do. This one is really cool. I don't know if this is from like a starter set or something, but it's got the little symbol down here, the little Tepig symbol, and then the hollow pattern is just really, really neat on it. So we've got this Emboar, and then we've got a Survivor, and we also have a Samurott. Very, very cool looking cards. Now we've got 2 of these Agrons. I actually bought like 4 of these, I think in a lot for like $5 or something, and 2 of them showed up really, really clean. So 2 of those are going to be sent off. Really cool artwork even. This is one of my favorite Gengars. Absolute favorite Gengars. It's the first edition version. Apparently the Unlimited is really tough to come by, but this is such a great artwork of Gengar. I love it so much. So I'm excited to get this in. Excited for it to be a 10 contender. We'll see how it does. Really like this Suicune as well. I think the background, the little mirror image underneath on the water, I'm assuming. Yeah, he's running across water. Just the color, how colorful it is. I just love it so much. So I picked up a couple of those in a lot, and one of them turned out to be really good. This is, I think, maybe the first Greninja card. It is a promo. You can find them sealed in packs for like $20-ish. And they grade pretty decently and they sell pretty decently. But Greninja is just, it's a super popular Pokemon. It's going to be even more popular, I think, in the future based on, you know, its time in the anime and stuff. And Greninja is definitely a Pokemon that I'm starting to look into a little bit more. Picked up another one of these Vaporeons. I sold the other Vaporeon, someone in the Discord. Shout out to Oni. Thank you very much for that purchase. But picked up another one. This one looks super clean as well, so we'll send this one in. See how it does. A nice promo from the X and Y era. Now we have Gengar, Mimikyu. I actually got wrecked on this on my last submission. This one got an 8, I think. This centering looks a lot better than the one that I graded before, so hopefully this one does decently. We've got Venusaur, Snivy, we've got Venusaur, Celebi, and we have 2 Espeon Deoxys. Next up, we got a couple of Ultra Moderns, so I want to send one of these off. This Darkrai. Darkrai is a super popular Pokemon. Really, really great artwork. And they sell for fairly decently. You can get these for pretty cheap, like $6 to $8 maybe a piece, which I feel like is pretty decent for a Darkrai with this artwork. Now this set is might be reprinted again. We'll see how that goes. If it gets a reprint, these will probably continue to go down in price. A lot of people are grading these, but I bought a lot of 4 of them, I think, for around $30, somewhere around there. So we're going to see how this does. Really clean looking card, really beautiful artwork. Now we have 2 Giratina V-Star Rainbows. I did have one of these Giratina V-Star Rainbows before that was marked as an Arceus. Someone did buy it. I hope that they're not confused by the label because I did put mislabeled on eBay. Now, Lugia V-Star, the gold and the rainbow. I actually bought Lugia V-Star Gold and Rainbow, and they sold almost immediately. They got the PSA 10 in my last submission. They sold almost immediately, so I'm picking up 2 more of those because Lugia is just super popular, you guys. Now, we got the Gold Palkia alternate art from V-Star Universe. Absolutely beautiful card. It actually came in a lot. I think I got the Lugia Gold and the Palkia Gold in the same lot for a decent price, so I decided to grab those. Last but not least, we've got 2 of the V-Star Charizards. We've got 2 of the V-Star Mewtwo's, and we have 2 of the Charizard V's. Guys, if you like this video and you like Japanese Pokemon cards, you should definitely check out this video where I bought a $4,500 binder collection of amazing Japanese Pokemon cards.